What's up, YouTube? Got a little bit of a weird one for you today. Sometimes you're just thinking and you come up with an idea and you just want to see if it works. And that's what I've got here today. The bulk of the deck you've seen a million times from different Goryo's leagues, either from me, other content creators, whatever the case may be. I don't know how much you've seen of the card Picklock Prankster. Pioneer All-Star. 1 in a blue, 1/3 flying vigilance, but it's got this cool little adventure spell on it. Free the Fae. For 1 in a blue, mill 4 cards, put an instant sorcery or fairy from among them into your hand. The reason I wanted to try this card is I've been kind of middle of the road opinion wise on Philology Archaeologist. I think it's good, but I've been missing a lot with it. It's not really been something I've wanted to ephemerate. And so I figured I would give Picklock a try just because it digs a card deeper. So you have a little more ability to find like a Thoughtseize, a Goryo's, a Prismatic Ending, an extra card to maybe flip it a Traxa or Griselbrand in the yard. And maybe that's got some merit. Maybe if we need to take the control or the mid-range route more often, then being a better cantrip has some wings to it. So that's what we're going to give a shot, that's what we're going to give a shot to today to make up for the Picklock Prankster, because I know it's not as good of an ephemerate target or a terrible ephemerate target compared to Philology Archaeologist. We've cut down to 3 ephemerates with 2 consigned memory, so Picklock can find those consigns a little bit more consistently. We've got 3 Prismatic Ending, a March, 2 Force Negation, 3 Picklock Prankster with 2 Quantum Riddlers in the main. So, like I said, a little more ability to find Ephemerate Consign to go with that backup plan of Blinking Riddler. 2 Faithful Mending, a Pest Control in the main, kind of a spicy little target that we can dig for a little bit. 4 Solitude, 4 Frog, 4 Traxa, 4 Goryo's, 1 Griselbrand. Less overall Goryo's targets because of the Picklock putting more cards in the yard. In the sideboard, 2 Consigned Memory, 2 Spell Snare, a Surgical Thoughtseize, a Celestial Purge, Fairy Time Raveler. No, Picklock Prankster cannot get to Fairy. So that's a pretty big distinction between Picklock and Philology. Can't get to Fairy, can't get like Nihil Spellbomb or Ashiok, something like that. 4th Negation to go with the 2 in the main, 2 Mystical Dispute, 3rd Quantum Riddler, 3 Wrath of Skies. So let's go ahead and hop in. As always, if you enjoy the content, enjoy the commentary, consider leaving a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate all that as we continue on our growth path. If you haven't heard the news, we recently got Twitch partner approval. So we are officially partners over on Twitch. You can go catch us live Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday around 1 p.m. Central Time. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the league. All right, so we are on the draw for round number 1. We've got a Force blue card. We got a Picklock Prankster in hand. So we'll keep this, see what our opponent's up to. Got a turn 2 Frog. Broodscale. All right, we'll let you have a Blade. I've got a Consigned Memory for turn 2. Pass back. Malevolent Rumble. Kind of have to let this go. I'm going to Surveil first, but I kind of have to let this go because I don't want to use my Force Negation on this and then like not be able to play out a Frog on turn 2. But I could also just be in a lot of trouble. You know what? Let's just go ahead and force off the Frog. I can hold up Picklock Prankster turn 2 or Free the Fae. Or Free the Fae or Consigned Memory turn 2. I'm really hoping that this is the kind of game that will like showcase Picklock Prankster a little bit. If I'm able to use that Free the Fae to like dig over a payoff card and pick up a Goryo's. But we'll see. and stirrings. There's been a lot of Broodscale online recently. Would really like my opponent to put something else on the stack here and not like hold up. Gonna hold up Kozilek's command. Mending into the yard's fine. Raxa. Okay. What do I think about an Atraxa? I think I need the Goryos first. Could go for Faithful Mending if they do nothing. But I'm pretty sure they just have a Kozilek's command. Maybe they don't, but be a little bit surprised if they didn't. Let's go for Free the Fae. See what we find, and then we'll decide on the consign or not. Another copy of Picklock Prankster. I think I'm just going to counter this. Next turn, I can play Frog, have another Picklock, and then try to set up for finding a Goryos. I don't think I want them getting like another Temple or a Saga or something here. And they already have Cavern, so like this consign's not going to be able to hit a Broodscale. Wrap up this Myco spawn. Stirrings. Thoughtseize. Yeah. Probably worth it. Holy Heat and another Blade. So am I just playing out Frog here? Yeah. Play out Frog, pass the turn. If they go to Unholy Heat the Frog, I discard the Atraxa, but they'd have to hit a red source. And then go to my turn, Picklock to try to find a Goryos. So that, ironically, that first Picklock Prankster flipped over Solitude Island, Solitude, second Picklock Prankster. Falaji would have whiffed there. Picklock found a second Picklock. Obviously, we don't know if that matters yet, but would be kind of cool if it does. Second blade. Got a red source. They're probably going to like wait for me to discard and try to respond to the discard with kill the frog. Okay, let's go free the Fae. Mine's an ephemerate. Don't have to jump the frog. We also have Solitude Ephemerate now. There is a Goryo's. Okay. So I can Goryo's right now. Find a land, ephemerate the Atraxa, have Solitude up. That sounds like it's worth it. Got our land for ephemerate. Prismatic ending is good. I think I just want to take another white creature here for Solitude. Then again, Riddler is Riddler. Gotta take Riddler. Done. Plains. Ephemerate. Get another Ephemerate. Get Pest Control. Psychic Frog is free. We'll take Breeding Pool. Done. And I'll discard what to frog. Discard this other frog. Yeah, it's not doing anything for me. They want to respond with Unholy Heat. I can respond with discard something else. And say go. Pretty okay turn there. Saga is completely fine. And should just have lethal here. They can do whatever. I know their last card is Unholy Heat. So I can just discard my entire hand to frog, fly it. That should be 17 exactly. 3. Make sure there's no shenanigans over here I'm unaware of. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. They see that I recognize it. Nice. Game 2 against Broodscale. What do I want? What do I not want? Force negations a little bit on the lower end. I can trim some amount of combo. They're usually like one of the heavier post-board Grave Hate decks. Want the extra Thoughtseize. I want the Wrath of the Skies. Want the extra Riddler. Extra Consigns. Surgical. Some amount of these can go. Where do I want to go from here? I think I like keeping in the second Ephemerate, because like Ephemerating Solitude's good here. Ephemerating Riddler's good here. Probably keep in one Force Negation. The only other thought would be, do I want any spell snares over something? And I don't really think that I do. So, Picklock, Prankster, not bad there. Dug for second Picklock where Philology would have missed, and then the second Picklock found Ephemerate for Atraxa, which we wouldn't have found with Philology because we wouldn't have had a second Picklock or a second Philology. Yeah. No major complaints there. On the draw, I like this hand. We can march in Urza's Saga. We have Prismatic Ending for like an early Blade or a Vexing Bauble or something. We can Solitude if necessary. It's going to go ahead and Prismatic Ending this while they can't draw a card. Misty Temple Grove Broodscale. What you gonna get? Probably just like Temple here, unless you already have combo rolled up. Take a Broodscale. That's pretty good draw. Now I can get a Godless Shrine, so I have double white in case I hit Wrath of the Skies, Thoughtseize away, the Broodscale. They have to have not a good hand. I have to hit the Myco Spawn now. Rumble, rumble when I'm about to strip mine you. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Myco Spawn. I think it's the best choice to take while there's a chance that the Rumble could whiff. On Rumble whiff. Get another Urza's Saga. Okay. Pithing Needle named Psychic Frog. Sure. Wrath of the Skies for one. Sounds like a pretty appealing play right here. Your hand is Broodscale, Rumble, Something I forgot. Rumble into a potential another land. They take a Misty Rainforest. Sure. It's crazy after all of those strip mine effects, they would still be able to play this Sowing Mycospawn here. That's pretty good. Yeah. Sign this and keep around the pressure. If I hit a land next turn, I can land, warp another Riddler, draw 3. Know nothing else about their hand at the moment. Also draw 3 off of that. Find a white card. Okay. Good draw. Now, what do I want to do? So at the moment they've got land, sorcery, creature, kindred, artifact, enchantment. So 6 card types, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available. So at the moment they cannot cast an Emrakul next turn. I kind of want to just surgical now to hit like Ozilek's command, something major. They don't have a blade in their yard. They don't have a blade and they don't have another Broodscale. Because if they had another Broodscale, I could surgical that and just solitude this one. But I think I'm just going to hit Kozilek's command because it's like the card I least want to see my opponent have. They did have an Emrakul. Broodscale Emrakul. We'll just pass back. Do I want to solitude this Broodscale right now while they can't while they can't adapt it? So let's say they draw a blade. If I solitude this Broodscale, they could play blade or play new Broodscale, play blade, equip Broodscale, but they can't do anything else. So I think I'm going to. I think I like cutting them off of resources here. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a Surveil too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. So a soul land off the top would let them We'll let them cast Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Yeah. So land off the top. We'll let them cast Emrakul. But we have a good number of looks for something to stop that. A backstreet. Yeah, that's worth keeping, right? Okay. What do I think about Solitude, Broodscale, fly attack? I could just like Solitude a spawn token. No. That's so greedy. Solitude, Broodscale. And I want to be able to cast whatever I draw into. So that's why I'm evoking here. I don't know if I want to cast this other Quantum Riddler yet. So I'll just take my draw 2 and then decide. Left up the wrong color mana. I was looking for a consigned memory. Cavern of Souls is not an Emrakul mana. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can Thoughtseize away the Emrakul, Wrath the Skies away these tokens, and I should be okay. So Thoughtseize away the token, or Thoughtseize away the Emrakul. Wrath the Skies. Do this off a basic planes. Wrath the Skies, the tokens. There's no chance of drawing another Emrakul off the top. Gonna go ahead and free the Fae, looking for, I was gonna say looking for a Goryo's, just in case. All right, carry on. Nice. Good, reasonable first showing for Picklock Prankster. I was pretty pleased with the card. I think it did better than Falaji would have done that game 1. So maybe game 2 it'll do something similar. We'll catch you back for that one. Round 2 on the draw. Another Picklock Prankster hand. We do have a Solitude. We can ditch Ephemerate early. I think I'm going to keep it, see how it goes. Not a great hand, but I've got interaction. I've got something to help me drag the game out. Picklock can always maybe dig for like a Faithful Mending. Sure. Bloodstained Mire for Godless Shrine. What does Bloodstained Mire for Godless Shrine tell me? Discard Outlet for Atraxa. The Shrine Plains. Playing out Frog here into Godless Shrine Plains. I don't think that I am. I think I'm just sitting on Picklock this turn. Try to, like, find a Thoughtseize, find a Goryos. Right, so it's just Orzhov blank. I wonder if they're just going to take my Picklock is like the only thing I can do right here. Be like a little bit greedy though if they don't have any kind of follow-up. Yep. Overlord. Pretty good. Thoughtseize into Felia into Thoughtseize Overlord. Alright, so they're just like straight Orzhov. No blue at all. Practiced offense. I'm just dead to the practiced offense, right? They put counters on everything, double strike the Overlord, Felia flickers out the Frog. Okay. Let me tell you about things I did not see coming that game. What do we got? Thoughtseize, some number of Wrath the Skies, Teferi, board in the extra Consigns, board in the extra Riddler, board out, couple Ephemerate, Celestial Purge. How much Grave Hate do I think they're packing? Probably like Fairy Macabre or something like that. One more board in. I guess I'll board in the Snares. They could be on Emperor of Bones. That would be a little unfortunate for the home team. Roll with it. Definitely a spot where being in an open deck list environment is exponentially better. Knowing what kind of hate your opponent's boarding into. What their deck list looks like in general. Love to play first. Not like to keep this though. Way better. Thoughtseize into Frog on the play. Tracks at a ditch. Ah, yes. Sanctifier on Vec. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. End up, like, discarding this Atraxa for an extra counter. I have a little bit of trouble jumping this frog, though. Do have a copy of Wrath of the Skies in the deck. But yeah, if I'd known Sanctifier on Vec was like even remotely a card I should be thinking about, I probably would have just entirely boarded out the combo. I just didn't think anybody was playing this card. Well, that's a way to get rid of a Sanctifier. So maybe I fly the frog here, get in an attack, and see what it looks like. I would definitely rather ephemerate this Solitude if I can find one. Or like Solitude something inside a combat. Huh. Opponent's certainly giving me a window here. If they attack, surely they can't. Well, something, something, don't call me Shirley. That's one way to get double Sanctifier on Vec off the battlefield. All right. Find me Riddlers, Goryos, deal. Oh, we'll go like this. Tap correctly. Right. So if this is a Felia turn, I can at least Thought Seize, Solitude, Felia, Warper, Riddler. Their hand is Felia, Witch Enchanter, Unknown, Unknown. Fatal Push my frog. Gonna say I'm gonna feel absolutely awful if I happen to draw exactly exactly Goryo's Vengeance for not discarding this Atraxa. still think it's right to tap like this. Because I can hit Ephemerate or Consign. All right. Do I just want to Solitude right now? Yeah. And is Witch Enchanter unknown? Playing it out. Playing out the Witch Enchanter, but not playing a 5-drop. I mean, another Felia. Sure. That's fine. Shock in to play out this Riddler. Maybe it's better to just Wrath this guy's here then. All right. When it passes straight back. Could be like a Fatal Push. Could be another Bowmaster. Be an Aven Interrupter. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now I'm pretty positive I can just March of Otherworldly Light this Aven Interrupter and cast a free Quantum Riddler. Oh. I do still have planes in the deck. I just don't have the island. Yeah. Go for a Picklock Prankster. Or Free the Fae. Let's go for this thing. Get a Consign is fine. Goryos, but I have nothing to Goryos. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, probably just fine to do this. Aven Interrupter. Sign the trigger. Riddler enter, draw 2, or draw 3. That's right. That's right. That card stacks. Okay. I do still have a Godless Shrine. I can ephemerate. I do not have an untapped blue source here, so I can't consign. But now, it didn't look like they were doing a lot to start or stop my graveyard. And by not a lot, or no, they had the, that's right, they had the double Sanctifier on Vec. Just, that plan didn't work out too well. So I think I'm going to board. But I think I can beat them if I just board out of combo completely. Like, I know that I just did. But do I think that's a consistent plan? Just like bring back in some ephemerates for Riddlers. Could bring in the extra Wrath of the Skies. Surgical. Board in like a bad mana leak. Let's give it a shot. I always think that, like, league matches are the best place to try stuff out. If you're ever not sure or just looking for an idea, this is like the place to do it. Opponent mulligan. I'm going to keep mainly because I just don't want a mulligan in the Thoughtseize matchup if I don't have to. And this hand, although like not very interactive, could just draw like a white card for Solitude into something else. Then Warp Riddler can kind of start doing its thing. Maybe opponent's nice and mills over. I was going to say mills over a Overlord. Emperor of Bones. Sure. Yeah. Be a Thoughtseize surgical turn. Try to set up Warp Riddler, ephemerate it next turn. Or Warp Riddler can sign it. Which kind of looks like exactly what I want to do here. See what they want to do. Picked up another copy of Fatal Push. Cool. Overlords are gone. I have Warp Riddler consign next turn. We're just going to Flicker Wisp to try to get a... What do I think they're likely to be keeping here? Maybe like an Aven Interrupter if they just want to try to speed up the clock. Their hand is push, push, unknown. Kept the unknown off top. Sure. Good attacks. Definitely keeping that one. Say go. I don't have any good attacks either. I gotta hold the line for a turn, try to untap and Wrath the Skies away all this stuff. No, that was their top deck. I know that doesn't matter, so should be pretty okay here. They don't have any great attacks. Tap. We still have all of our basics in the deck. Get Plains. Wrath the Skies for 3. Start attacking. Maybe there was an argument for attacking first, because if they block with the Flicker Wisp, then I could just Wrath the Skies for 2 and hold up Ephemerate. That's probably better. Should have thought about that. I don't think the 4 damage like really matters. So now their only real out is Solitude, but I've like got that covered. Witch Enchanter. Bell Snare, I don't really care about. I know their last 2 cards are Fatal Push, so we'll just get this off the board. Untap, attack them down to 3, have double Ephemerate up. Yep. GLHF. It's a nice little round 2 win. I really, really, really value with this deck the ability to like completely stop caring about the graveyard post board. That's one of my biggest priorities with trying to narrow down a list as we get towards like Spotlight Dallas and the RCs, is finding a board plan that I feel comfortable with. They can just say like, I don't care what grave hate you bring in. I'm still going to have a good chance. So see if we can keep up the hot streak for round number 3. Round number 3, we get to be on the play. On the play with a turn 2 frog. I don't have a payoff. Hand's not great. Oh. I can be a lot more unfair on the play, but a turn 2 frog is a turn 2 frog. And I really, 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 really have a difficult time throwing back a turn 2 frog on the play. If I'm against something like Boros Energy, this hand just looks so good. This Trudge. Keep a Picklock. Dig's pretty good. So Pest Control cannot kill a Dryad Arbor. Got to play out a frog here. I know Spike was playing like some mono green Badger Mole Cub deck in the challenge earlier. So, as always, the Spike effect could be in play here. Could be Amulet Titan. All right, so it is Trudge, I think. I don't think I've ever seen an Eldrazi good draw. I don't think I've ever seen an Eldrazi ramp deck just running Green Sun Zenith. Plus, there's an Emrakul back here. All right, so I do have to take Kozilek's command into account here. How do I want to take Kozilek's command into account? I don't want to just go for a Traxa right here. I am attacking. If they block, try to set up like Goryos on their instep. And I do potentially have Picklock Prankster that could find a consigned memory in the main. So I'm not like 100% cooked to a payoff here. Another Rumble, sure. Find a Trudge. Got 3 mana and a land drop. They could go land, Trudge, fight rigging. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to get an Atraxa here. I think a large part of this game has been not showing my opponent that I was on Goryos. Like, there's no guarantee this wins for me, but a consigned memory looks pretty good. Quantum Riddler, Thoughtseize, land, done. Okay, options. They're at 19. I currently have 9 attacking. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 makes this 18. If I discard 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Warp Riddler, that's exactly lethal. That sounds like it's worth it because I doubt they have a way to stop that. Seven says 14, 15, 16, 17. Warp Riddler. Draw 2. 18. 19. Nice. So taking game one against Trudge, always a pleasure. Post board, what am I bringing in? Force negation, pretty good for Green Suns and Trudge. Wrath, or for Green Suns and Fight Rigging. Wrath Disguise to clean up the board is a big plus. Thoughtseize, Surgical. They are like an Eldrazi deck, so the extra consigns are nice. Kozilek's Command means there is like a little bit more risk to combo. But I wouldn't put them in like high grave hate category. I don't know if I want pest control versus them. Like just Trudge that it's good against. Kind of feel like that's not enough. But it might just be better. Wrath Disguise is probably better. Because Wrath Disguise hits Dryad Arbor as well. And I can use it later to clean up a fight rigging. Definitely slow on the draw, but lose fast. Good draw. Very good draw. One of those. Get a Godless Shrine. Lay out Frog, have Force up. Solitude, whatever. Probably just them holding up Kozilek's Command here. Sure. Just in case I like surveilled and attracts into the yard turn 1 or something. Cavern of Souls. Rigging. Green Suns for 2. Oh, what do I think they're getting at 2? Probably fine. Got Solitude. More. Like to get this frog attack in. As I don't want to Solitude this Fanatic. Like, they just spent a turn tutoring that up. Like, if they're spending a turn tutoring that up instead of doing something more impactful, then I kind of want to believe it's important to them at the moment. Like, maybe they've got Imricul in hand and Trudge or something, and they want to want that extra mana. Or like Devourer of Destiny in hand. something to where having that extra mana is crucial. Mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just attacking. Yeah. 7 mana, pretty big deal on their side to be able to Devourer of Destiny. Can't imagine they would be just snapping at the opportunity to give up their spawn token here. Do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they have 7. They're just holding up Kozilek's command. We're going to find out. Endurance. Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could take an Ulamog and leave him with a Disciple. If they want to just hard cast that out next turn. Like Solitude on Wrath on the Endurance. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. Taking Ulamog to try to bait them just casting the Disciple. And I can Solitude the Endurance before the Disciple resolves. And just have like end of turn Goryos kind of free and clear. Or if they don't do anything, I can discard Atraxa Goryos with Consign up. Solitude off Wrath. Hit the Endurance. No response. Instep. Discard Atraxa. Goryos Atraxa. Sign's good. Thoughtseize is pretty good here. Quantum Riddler's pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. All for turn. Jump a frog. This is 9 damage coming in. Make it 10 so we can just get up to lethal next turn with minimal effort. Alt sees you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll take Miracle. Instep, consign the Goryo's trigger. Pass turn with consign Force of Negation up. It hit the temple. Gotta love that. Like, hit the thing you need to hit. Thankfully, doesn't matter. All right, so sweet match there. Unfortunately, Picklock Prankster didn't get any real airtime, but just doing the Goryo stuff seemed to be okay. This was like a little bit different of a build than Trudge or build of Trudge than I've seen recently. I know the other build, I don't think the normal build runs Cavern. I don't think the other build runs Ulamog either. So like Cavern, Ulamog, and they had the blue-green MDFC Eldrazi game 1. So don't really know what the splash was there for. Be interested to see a list, but at least we're not going to see him in the trophy dump this match. Catch you back for round number 4. Round 4, again on the play with basically the perfect Goryo's hand. Like Thoughtseize into Frog, discard Atraxa, Goryo's Atraxa. Yeah, literally can't ask for anything better. No notes, 10 out of 10. Wood Goryo's again. We could even go like basic into basic into basic if we just want to be super conservative. Holy Heat, K command, Sowing Myco spawn. So do we just want to take Kozilek's command so that they can't go for Goryo, or they can't go for Kozilek's command on us, or do we want to take Myco spawn? Technically, they can turn 3 Myco spawn. They are 1 card type off of Delirium. So if they find like a fetch land, they can kill the frog. Gives Delirium. And they got what? They got a Flesh Raker. Yep. Get a basic plains is fine. I should probably just go ahead and get like another shock. Get a consign. We don't hit a get a consign, but we don't hit a force or anything. Do you have a solitude? Might be worth it to just solitude this Eldrazi spawn. How much do I care about this spawn? It's not enough. Okay. So I did like Kozilek's command or bust. And they're on Broodscale. We did see a Broodscale get flipped to the yard off of that Malevolent Rumble. So we will sideboard pretty similarly to what we sideboarded earlier. Leave was pretty close to this. Ooh. All right. Got this post board win. On the draw, Thoughtseize, Prismatic, Sign, Surgical. Hard to throw it back. All right, let's just go ahead and Godless Shrine, fire off this Thoughtseize. See what's up. A command, Emrakul Saga. So are we just planning on surgicaling the K commands, or am I planning on Wrath the Skies, the Saga, surgical those? I think I like just getting the Kozilek's commands. I think that's scariest card available. Do it now. Found one and they want to cast it. Man, they actually did. Oh, that's wild. Actually did find the Kozilek's command off the top. Fortunately, didn't rip into a third one. Saga's down. Now, do I want to just go ahead and Wrath of the Skies, the Saga? I guess I should. Not the most thrilling 1-for-1, but when your opponent's sitting there with 2 Emrakuls in hand, basically anything is a positive move. You go. They've got Emrakul, Unholy Heat. For the Emrakul. Rumble. Emrakul, Heat, Springleaf Drum, Unknown. We got to find a threat. Two, three, four. Does actually get them. I think I'm just taking an Emrakul here. Find another Thoughtseize to maybe take the other Emrakul, but yeah. Give me a land. Wrath of the Sky. Go ahead and take out this Flesh Raker. Such a scary card. Especially with the Emrakul that I know about. Like, if they top deck something like, I don't know, a Myco spawn, life gets really awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 towards Emrakul. Mm-hmm. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So a land is Emrakul. See what we hit off this. But like flip over and Atraxa. With still Faithful Mending. Probably not worth it though. They've got make a construct, untap. If they draw a land, they don't make another construct. If they don't draw a land, they do. No land. Vexing Bubble's fine. Like, my draw I'm going for is still third copy of Wrath of the Skies or Pest Control. And kind of nothing else really matters. Ooh. So, basic Plains is still in the deck. Right. White, blue, whatever. Prismatic Ending buys me another turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Yeah, I mean, Prismatic buys me a turn, but I don't know what I'm drawing to with that turn. Need something real special, like... Come on. I'm gonna say something like Quantum Riddler into Ephemerate. They get my turn. So be it. Kind of a funny draw. Can't target itself. All right. Holy Heat, unknown, unknown. Holy Heat, unknown, unknown, unknown. Holy Heat, unknown. Something off of Stirrings. Another Emrakul. Okay. Traxa. What do you do? Nothing. Shadowy Backstreet. Keep that on top. No reason to play that because they just suicided into Emrakul next turn. Third copy of Emrakul. Warp Riddler. Okay. And if they play out Frog and just like eat my entire yard, that's completely fine because they have the Soul Guide Lantern anyway. So there's nothing I could have done with my yard. Try to surveil something dead to the top of my library. I'm drawing 2 regardless. And now it's 2 blind draws, so like it hit another Solitude off the top. Still 1 more in the deck. Yep. Solitudes. Or I guess I only draw 1 and I have to hard cast Riddler for another. Okay, so they don't have Vexing Bauble anymore, which means I should 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Did it matter the order that I do these in? Think so, but if I hit a Solitude off of this, I can hard cast and I don't need another white card. Well, we're gonna keep digging. I just like block an Emrakul at this point. Four, 8, 11. Yeah. Okay. That's a game plan. Just throw everything in front of an Emrakul. I don't have any K commands. I don't know if they play the 4th copy of Emrakul or not. I guess they could find an Unholy Heat. That would be pretty good. Or just like Flesh Raker, colorless card. Currently 12. I should probably discard one more card. Or should I discard 2? If I discard 1... No, if I discard 2, they just like put all the damage. They just put all the damage on the 2 Riddlers. Like a kicked Myco spawn. Yep. Okay. So on my upkeep, I'm gonna march the Saga. Ephemerate the Quantum Riddler. Cast Picklock. Flips over Goryo's. I do still have one Atraxa in the deck. All step. Probably better to hold up Force of Negation here. Do I still have an Atraxa, or is that all? No, that's all the Atraxas. Never mind, this Goryo's is just dead. Yep. Is there any chance that we just like, oh, really good draw. Is there any chance that we've just run them out of ways to actually kill me here? I don't know if that's like super likely, but hand's been shown to be pretty bad, so I'm force negationing like literally any target I can get on the stack. No reason whatsoever to not. You. Guard you. Let's have Flesh Raker colorless spell. No colorless spell. Get rid of the Flesh Raker. Discard. 8, drawing 2. We're actually gonna win this game. I've got 2 cards left in my library. I think I have to. I think I ignore this. Let's think. I guess I can attack with Quantum Riddler. I can consign this. I have no more consigns left, though. So I go. No, I ignore this. I ignore this. Keep blue card with Force of Negation in case they hit a what's it called? A Unholy Heat. I do not attack Rumble. This is probably just worth consigning. Or no, I can't force a negation because I can't go down to 1 card or I deck myself. They get got another Myco spawn. Sure. I do need to consign this. Mainly because I just need to not have another body on board. Oh wait, yeah, I can't counter it. That is text, isn't it? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not lethal. I just have to attack with Riddler. Yeah, attack with Riddler, play out Picklock. Hope to dodge a top deck. Is there any reason to Wrath for 0? I don't think so. Bobbles a redraw. Blade of the Blood Chief is fine. I'm blocking that all day long. Put a block here. A block here. Say okay. Combat damage is fine. Go to my turn. Draw one singular Magic the Gathering card for turn. Jump a frog. Discard a card. Pack. And we're going to kill you with the Psychic Frog trigger on the stack. Oh, man. Sweet match there. Such a nail biter. So we get to come back for round number 5, playing for the trophy. Catch you back then. Round number 5. We're on the play again. Iffy hand. Like, Solitude Ephemerate's so good, it's hard to pass that up. We technically have the chance to maybe randomly flip into an Atraxa, so I'm going to give it a shot. Certainly don't think it's like an auto keep hand, but with like 4 frogs and Picklock Pranksters and all that, we've got like a reasonable shot at finding something. The devil. What are we up against? Opponent did mold a 5, which certainly does not hurt our case. Could be a Goryo's Mirror. Take a Solitude. Okay. I am definitely going to Windmill Slam a Psychic Frog. What you got? At least at the moment, it definitely is looking like a Goryo's Mirror. Interesting. Back in with Frog, see what our opponent wants to do. Like to do nothing. In that case, I will hit for 1, draw off my Frog. Hit an Atraxa. Huh. That is a pretty good draw. You just discard and go for Goryo's right now. Have Ephemerate. Plus a reasonable chance of finding a white card. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. If they have Force and Negation blue card, I can Solitude their Frog, and then I'm just like slightly ahead on board. They would need to have like Force and Negation blue card, discard Atraxa. Yeah, Force Negation blue card, discard Atraxa, draw into exactly Goryo's vengeance, I think would be the only way they'd have like a good solid chance of recovering there. But anyway, taking game number one, super, super, super nice. Unfortunate that our opponent was on such a deep mulligan, but we're not gonna pass up the opportunity to take the win there. Now, what do I want? I'm fine trimming March and some pendings. Probably gonna leave a pending in. Trim and Atraxa. Look at cutting all of the force of negations. Clock's good. Pest control can go. And probably just look at like a consign. I guess we can just keep a consign board out in Ephemerate. Is that how I want to do this? Or is there any interest in like boarding a little more of combo out? It would basically be like board out another Goryo's and Atraxa for like 2 force negation, which seems kind of meh. I think the Goryo's mirror is like pretty close to a true mirror in that there's going to be a lot of games that are just decided completely by luck. So for our example, like our opponent mulliganing to 5 game 1 and we had a good draw. We drew that frog off the top. Or if somebody just like oopses into an Atraxa with a Surveil with a Goryo's hand, like not really a lot that you can do about that. But on top, I don't mind seeing more lands here. Probably going to end up using Solitude on Atraxa if they find a frog here. Spell Snare into the yard. So far, similar boarding tactic. No black mana. I would be shocked if they don't have a mystical dispute here. I think I'm just gonna pass and go for Picklock Prankster. Fairy, Riddler. Riddler's fine. Go for free the Fairy. She didn't see this one come in. Oh, we see the Goryos. Really want to just Solitude here. Could go to my turn and Ephemerate Solitude, but I'm gonna take the Goryos and I'm gonna Solitude here. Not a great exchange, but I think I don't mind taking this Goryos for like the long game. Now they know that I have the Goryos, so like there is some uncertainty surrounding like, do I just go to kill the frog? Got discard Atraxa. Okay. Or second Atraxa. Part of frog. So just gonna go all in on this frog. Okay. Get out of here. Untapped blue land, please. Not great this turn. All right, so they played out a land I didn't know about. We'll crack in with the frog, just play this Picklock Prankster. Unless we find like an Atraxa here. I kind of feel like they should have discarded one Atraxa and kept the other one in hand. They might have been able to just get to like hard casting it. Just like giving my opponent free information on what I have here. Going to untap the frog and then retap it, or untap, going to tap the Meticulous Archive and then untapping it. Just like, oh yeah, you definitely have a white spell here to cast. Whatever could a white spell to hold up be? Alright, so get a Surveil here. See what they've been. Quantum Riddler would be bad for me. Solitude would be fine. Goryos would be fine. Teferi would be a pain. Imagine they'd bring in Wrath of the Skies. So that ironically would be pretty good. Oh no, opponent disconnected. Okay, well, I will pause the recording here, and the next time you see me, either opponent will be reconnected or we'll be back in the summary. Okay, only a minute or so there. Opponent seems to have reconnected. We've got an undercity sewers being surveilled. Top or bottom? Keep the card on top. What do we got? Blooded Strand we knew about. So judging by them passing through, I would assume that means it was a Solitude. Could be a Goryo's, but feel like if it's a Goryo's, you just make me have the Force Negation blue card now instead of passing to my turn where I could have like hard cast Force of Negation know about. Or you don't know it's in my hand. You know that I can pay for a hard cast Force of Negation if you go to my turn. Bond with Solitude. It's like, well, now I know without a doubt it's Solitude. Not Solitude. March. Is in fact a March of Otherworldly Light. All right. Opponent scoops it up to our Ephemerate to save the frog from the march. Nice little trophy there. I'll be right back with a recap. Okay, let's talk about how that felt. Now, obviously, a lot of those games we won were just like normal Goryo stuff, right? We had Frog, we had Goryo's Vengeance, we had a big payoff or some sort of interactive game into eventually finding Goryo's. That part's fine. That part's been done 1,000 times. We don't care to discuss that. We want to discuss Picklock Prankster. How did this card look? Game 1 of match 1, we saw Picklock flip over 3 dead cards, and then the 4th card was the second copy of Picklock. Second Picklock found Ephemerate to be able to Ephemerate Atraxa, because we didn't see an Ephemerate off the Atraxa. So that was really cool. We dug, 8 cards deep, got 2 hits. The body ended up being relevant in our second match against Broodscale, where we got to block those Sowing Myco spawns while attacking with Quantum Riddler. It's definitely worse with Ephemerate. At the end of the last game against Goryo's there, we saw that we had Ephemerate in hand. We had Picklock Prankster on the battlefield. Something to consider there. Like, it's definitely worse with Ephemerate. So if Ephemerate stocks are down, consigned stocks are up a little bit. Picklock is pretty good with consigned to memory, because you can just dig for that in all these Broodscale decks running around. The sideboard. I felt pretty good about the sideboard playing this game, or this league. I think when I'm normally on the builds with like 4 Atraxa, 2 Gristlebrand, 4 Goryos, and like Pelagis or Otherworldly Gazes or something, I feel like if I don't want to be on the Goryos plan, there's just not enough stuff to sideboard in. But with this list, I think like we saw against the black-white blink opponent, if we board out these 9 cards, like just get rid of the Goryos plan completely, then we have a reasonable chance to board in like something reasonably close to 9 cards. Like we might have to board in something that's not spectacular in the matchup, but we have a reasonable shot at being able to board 9 cards in to match these 9 cards and have like a semi-coherent game plan. So I did really appreciate that out of the 75. Picklock Prankster, I also think is like a lot better when you're not trying to do the Ephemerate Goryo stuff, just like a reasonable value cantrip for finding Thought Seizes, Pendings, Wrath, Spell Snare, whatever the case may be. So overall, I think it was positive. I don't think I'm going to say, oh, it's definitively like better than Falaji based off this one league. Definitely don't think there's enough data to make any sort of claim like that there. But the first league was promising. I would be inclined to play another league with Picklock Prankster and see how it continues then. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Otherwise, links down below to Discord and everything. Come hang out. Come talk to us. Tell me about what you thought of the video. Tell me what you thought about Picklock Prankster if you're planning on trying it at one of your FNMs or RCQs recently. So otherwise, go enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Enjoy some good food and company. I will catch y'all back live later. Adios for now.